Dear student, today I am going to discuss about the probability and probability theory. Ordinarily speaking, probability is nothing but the likelihood of the happening of an event, simply. And it is known to everybody that the probability of happening an event is always in between 0 and 1. Whenever the chances of happening an event is certain, then its probability would be 1. And if it is not certain that the event would not take place, then the probability of its happening is 0. In social science, we deal with situation where there is an element of uncertainty about the happening or non-happening of an event. For such a reason, the probability of happening an event is somewhere lie in between 0 and 1. Next, we are going to discuss about the general rule of happening an event. What is the rule of happening an event? So, here, if there is a chance of happening of an event, say, in n number of ways and fail to happen in n number of ways, then the probability P of happening such an event is formulated by P is equal to m divided by m plus n, and which is nothing but number of cases favorable to the occurrence of the event divided by total number of mutually exclusive, equally likely and exhaustive cases. And as a result, we can write probability of happening the event A plus probability of the occurrence of the event complementary to A is 1. That is sum of probability A and probability of its complement is equal to 1. And this implies probability of A is nothing but 1 minus probability of the occurrence of the event complementary to A, where PA denotes probability of the occurrence of an event and PA does nothing but it denotes the probability of the occurrence of the event complementary to A. For example, in mathematics we can state that we can say about a universal set, and that set simply we consider 9 elements here, U equal to the set 1, 2 consisting elements or points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 9. And a set within this universal set, we consider A say 1, 5, 6. There are 3 elements in the set A. Then its complement of A is nothing but 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. So what will be the probability in such a case? Probability of the occurrence of any event in a sample point of A, we denote as PA, probability of A. But here we have 3 sample points, 1, 5, 6. So probability of happening event A is nothing but 3 divided by 9 is 1 by 3. And so probability of occurrence of the event complementary to A is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2/3. So here classical or priori probability, how we can define this? And this is just earliest approach to the theory of probability. Laplace, the French mathematician who defined the probability as the ratio of the number of favorable cases to the total number of equally likely cases. The theory assumes various outcomes of an event which is equally likely. That means cases favorable for happening event. And the device with which the experiment is performed is supposed to be a fair device, and so the probability of the happening of such event is equal. And in a way, this theory determines the probability of an event even before the event has taken place. For this reason, such probabilities are called a priori probabilities. Chance, where they are equally likely to happen, is nothing but chance. While tossing a dice, and in a single form we call it as a die, there are 6 possible ways in which the event can happen. Next, we are discussing about the relative frequency theory of probability. So how we can define? There are many situations where we cannot have equally likely events on which the classical theory of probability is based. In such a situation, the probability of the happening of an event is determined on the basis of past experience or on the basis of relative frequency of success in the past. Relative frequency should always be estimated on the basis of a large number of readings in the past. The larger the number of past readings, the greater will be the accuracy of the result. Since the relative frequency approach probabilities are calculated on the basis of past experience, these possibilities as contrasted with a priori probability calculated through the classical approach. So the posterior probability or empirical probability of an event is thus given by P, relative frequency divided by number of the items. So if out of 1000